Yes, we are live here, guys. Again, welcome back to the channel. My name is Casper, aka Uselink. Um, I forgot to do shipping 2 days ago. So here we are going to look at shipping, where we are in time on the broader shipping sector. And as always, like, subscribe, do your thing, and always do your own due diligence. With all that said, as you know, I say that more or less every intro of the video. Anyways, let's get straight into business here. And thank you for tuning back in. As always, leave a comment, good or bad, highly appreciated. Alrighty, let's get to the reason why we're here, which is shipping. Again, the BDI, the Baltic Dry Index. Um, again, we had that major semi-big breakout here at that neckline. Stopped here at this resistance trend line at roughly 2000. Oh, excuse me. And now we are coming all the way back for what? A big retest of the breakout trend line, but also the 30 weekly. So right here is exactly where we want to see a bounce, and we are getting that. Obviously, we want to get back above the breakout high. We don't want to bounce here and then just start dribbling lower. That wouldn't be good. But so far so good. We're getting that technical bounce at the neckline. Beautiful, clean trend line getting tagged there. I like it. I like what I see actually. So as long as this low holds here and the 30 weekly, the Baltic Dry Index looks as it is in a stage 2 uptrend. So that is how we're going to look at it for now until proven otherwise. That's quite nice. The BDRI, the dry bulk shipping ETF, again, what I'm looking at here is basically I want to get above that golden trend line and this level right here, roughly a tad above 6. If we can get above here, then I'm interested. Until then, I am not. 30 weekly is still coming down, so the momentum is still down. However, we are getting back above this minor trend line here. This was a bear flag as we looked at, or bearish pennant, and we're back above. Maybe some early signs that we could bottom here, but again, until proven, I'm not going to touch it by any means. I really want to get above, as mentioned, 6.3 give or take, and that golden trend line. Obviously, also the 30 weekly, but that comes when these two are going to break. So for now, maybe some early stuff going on here, but we don't know. I think we have to wait at least 4 months or so still, early 2024. And we looked at it here. I think this is a bid, as you know, at roughly 2.22. Nothing we can do. The bid is still on. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here, right? So, but the technicals were good up until then. SBLK, Star Bulk Carriers, is toying a bit here. You can see here, minor bit breakout there of the golden, the head and shoulder highs there. You can see, and just it's toying with us here. So if we are curling up here, very bullish. But again, we need to get things going here really soon. We're still holding our ground, the 30 weekly and the golden. So far so good. But we are getting on thin ice. Again, we don't want this to be a false breakout and then just getting below the neckline. And if you do, I think that's a game over for the short term. And I think if that happens, you can pick it up all the way down here roughly at around 9 to 10 dollars. That's my take here. So let's see what happens here. This is quite interesting here. If we go to the daily, do we have any? Yeah, it's not too bad actually. You can see here we still have some sort of sideways action here. But again, we need to get things going very soon. So I think the remaining of November will give us the direction for this stock here. And it is a 14% dividend. So I really like this moment here in time. I want to get this confirmed. So yeah, let's see what happens. All we can do now is wait because the breakout is not that strong. You can see tiny breakout and then just flagging here. So let's see. Still, CTRM, excuse me. This is bad until we get that snap here, but for now it doesn't look like it. You shouldn't be involved in this stock at all by any means. If we were to invert it, that's mega bullish, right? So you're better staying out until we can get above the golden trend line here and the 30 weekly. Until then, bearish, bearish, bearish. Okay. GLBS, we called that move here. The mighty pinch there, the squeeze, we called it. Breakout here came into these levels. So now we have our possible bottom highs, I think. And now we're just looking here. If we go to the daily, you can see here we had a major red day here, and ever since we've just gone sideways, and that's bearish sideways consolidation, which looks like we wanna go a tad lower again here. So we might actually get it on the trend line here, on the breakout here, back to there. That would be beautiful if you were to play it. But anyways, let's see how this plays out. But this, by any means, means that I think we're going to go down to roughly 1.2, which actually coincides with the 30 weekly. So that could actually be a nice nice level to look for, 1.20. SB, want to go back to the weekly. Excuse me, I'm just flying around here with all sort of crazy stuff. Yep, this is the one I want to show you. There's just there's tons of stuff going on. Whoa, Jesus, going on right here. So to play it safe, you just wait for the possible break here, and then you can do a major move up to the upside. However, short term, we did break out from this tiny wedge here again. We are just flagging above. Still, we can't seem to get bouncing off that upper trend line here. Same as I think it was it SBLK? I can't remember. So we really want to see things going here, and I think if you add in the level here all the way across, there it is. So roughly 3.4 or 3.45. Then you will take up the 30 weekly and these highs here. Then I think you have a decent entry. Again, you still have the pits here for this inverted head and shoulders breakdown, retest didn't hold, and now we're still above the neckline. So from that point of view, it's actually it is looking quite decent here, I will say. The dividends 6%, not too bad. The Nord here also a major, also roughly 20% dividends, coming into a very interesting moment in time. This was the big breakout, obviously major uptrend, and we're coming into that moment again here. We have almost lost the neckline here. We called it here. You know, if we came up here and rolling over, then you have the possibilities of a topping pattern. Let's zoom in so you guys on the cell phone can have a better view. So here we talked about it here, and we said, okay, if we don't clear it here, we have double resistance. There it is. And if we start to roll over, then you probably have the right shoulder in the making. And now we're back at the neckline, barely below here. We are at tons of support, really. You have two horizontal line at the golden uptrend. But again, if we start to trade below, let's call it 280, 270 on the lower side, then this is definitely one that will start to roll over big time, big time. So you shouldn't play it smart there. So let's see how we bounce here. We are getting a little bit of a buy here at the golden uptrend trend line. But are we closing below the neckline? That is the big question. I think barely below. So maybe we have the trigger, but it's a very minor trigger. So let's just see what Friday brings. But still, these two red candles here, that is a sign of what? A lot of short-term daily momentum here. You can see if it goes to daily, it's just a one-way street. So we'll probably see a bounce here. But again, I think the overall momentum here short-term possibly means that we're rolling over again. Let's see how we do here, but a bounce should be in the making since we're very oversold, I guess, on the 4-hourly and the 1-hourly. So we should see a bounce here, and then we will see how high it goes. In order for us to really say, all right, this is bullish, obviously we want to get above that one right there. The head high, the right shoulder high, and then we are out of the woods, I guess, at that point in time. EGLE also roughly, what is that? Ah, never mind. Again, head and shoulders in the making. Trigger, came back in, and now we're back below again. So we are below the neckline, which is never ideal once it has triggered. However, we are still holding the lows here, and that is the last stance, the last resort, really. If these lows gives in my view, then we're going all the way down here to roughly 27, 28. You can see why you have all these lows over here. So that is where you're going, 29, 27, give or take. That is let's move it up there. That is probably where we're going if this cannot hold. But I think you can see the bounces here are getting smaller and smaller. So I think it's just a matter of time, really. I think that's the highest probability for this stock here. So right now you shouldn't be involved in my view, because it's way too risky here. ESEA. Again, looking quite strong. That's a massive bull flag still, right? But we are getting a big red candle here at the end here. I really thought that this move up here, and we were to have some sideways action here, that we were going to break. But it seems like it can't break through really, this upper trend line there. So I think we have to wait a bit more. But overall, long term, this is still a bull flag until proven otherwise. The only downside for me, I really want to have a bull flag that have 3 lower lows for a perfect bull flag. But again, if we break up here again, you shouldn't say, ah, well, we don't have the third, so we shouldn't go long. It's just another tick in the puzzle to if we do that. But I mean, for now, we're still at the upper end of the flag. So overall, it seems like we want to go higher here. But again, the breakout, if we were to really maximize the levels, is the highest there at roughly 28.6. Getting above there should trigger the bull flag. Should trigger the bull flag. What do we have here? We have GOGL. This is a major squeeze right here. You have it, as you can see, the two big fat golden trend lines there. And again, same thing. We are breaking out, but we're just whiffing around here, you know, just flagging here, back and forth. So what I want to see is that we want to get above these highs right here. Right there is a lot of highs, short term. Getting above that, above the 30 weekly, that is my confirmation, and that I think this has more upside. Again, it's very easy. If once we get the break, you can place your stop losses. If you want to play it all the way down, you can play them below here. So you have a good risk reward, a 3-to-1 actually, if you want to play these highs over here. So I want to get above 8.1, 8.2 in that range, and then I think we are having a good chance and a decent chance for a good run right here. But for now, it's actually below the 30 weekly, so it is a bit iffy here. There are some pros and cons, and I don't want to be guessing. However, if we are breaking down, let's say we start to roll over, then I think you can pick it up all the way down here at 3. Why? Well, there they are. You can see it perfectly. So if we are not breaking to the upside, then I will just wait and see if we can come all the way down here at roughly 3.5. That is a great entry. That is a great entry. Same thing here for G and K. Massive move up, squeezing big time here. Again, we still have a lot of way to go in the pennant. But what is interesting to me is we have the first low, second low, and now we are barely holding this green internal support. Again, I think if this one gives in, then we're going down and touching that lower trend line of this pennant. We are currently at roughly 14, and we will roughly go down to a tad below 10 if that were to happen. That is my case. However, if we can get above, same thing, I want to get above these highs here and the 30 weekly. And obviously breaking out, we have a lot of resistance to go through. So if we get above, let's call it 14.6, 14.7, that's very bullish. But again, for now, I think it's a bit more bearish than bullish. We are below big resistance, and the 30 weekly is coming down. So let's see where we end up. But at least the good thing is here that, you know, it's very easy to play. Or the game plan is very easy. All right, if we can get above here, all right, we're bullish. And if we go below here, which I think we will, most likely, then we can have, all right, what happens when we get down here, you know, at a roughly 10. So it's very easy for now. You don't do anything. Don't play smart here. This is a good example. This is DSX neckline breakdown. We are bearish, and where do we think we can pick it up? Look at the trend line right here coming across. There it is. So if we get all the way down to, there is a double resistance here actually. If we get all the way down here to roughly 2.4, that is a major buy in my book. If we can get down here, we should expect a bounce here. So you can play it for the long term maybe, or you can play it for a short-term bounce for like a week or two. But that is definitely one to watch here if we get down to these levels, which I think we will, to be honest. We are at 3 now, so we only have like 20% down. Tankers, this is BOAT, the overall ETF. A lot of madness going on here. I think we have an internal squeeze going on there, the green one, which will decide, I think if we go to the upside, then I think we will have some sort of breakout. And to the downside, we still have some support zone coming across here at roughly 26. However, if it doesn't hold, then I think we can actually, maybe we can pick it up all the way down here at this lower trend line, keeping it very simple at 22 if you want to play that. Then also we have 3 touches, so we should see a bounce here. So you can play it short term for a bounce, a quick in and out, or maybe you can hold it for the longer term if you believe that the shipping sector is turning around at that point in time. My take right now is that I think we have a 70% chance of breaking down. Given below the 30 weekly, you can see this major green candle, doji, and a bearish red candle afterwards is typically a bearish sign. So if we close below the green candle there, then this one triggers, and I think we're going lower. TNK, zooming way out here, major breakout here, sideways consolidation, and resumption to the upside, very strong. However, I think where this one is going to have this run stall and then pull back, or at least consolidate, is these highs over here at anywhere between 61 and 68. I think that is where we're going for this major run here. We have run from 10 to roughly, if that is the case, roughly 70. So that is an amazing move. But for now here, personally, I don't play these last inches up here. That's not how I do the investing. But I think that's where we're going. So let's see how we are reacting at that point in time. Tom keeps messing with me. I want to go to the daily because I think this looked like an imperfect squeeze here. I think we had one more down to go. However, look at the daily candle today. I think it is earnings. Yeah, it's earnings. You can see here that's a massive green daily candle. Also, volume is double what we normally see. So what basically happened here, we had the breakout retest, dipped a bit below, fair enough, and now we're resuming higher, still within our orange uptrend here. So Tom right here seems to be very, very bullish as long as the low here for the news candle is holding at roughly 190. I think we're all fine. Looks fantastic. I think the dividends is 20%. So staying above here, I have no problem with it at all, really. INSV, beautiful technicals. You can see here the golden trend line there. Break up, coming all the way down. And again, if you want to play this, you have your stop right below here. So at roughly 46, that is your stop for this one. And you're long. You can have your own targets, but until then, you can be long really for a long time. That sounded funny. Anyways, on the weekly here, you can still see major uptrend. 30 weekly is just grinding higher, a bit sideways. And if we hold these levels, it should come up here and push up this stock. So yeah, it looks fantastic here. Really, you can see breakout, retest, and now we want to see that presumption. So getting about 50 confirms the uptrend here. Getting about the 50. Oh, excuse me. And again, obviously if we start to dip below, 46 as mentioned, that should be a warning sign for a false breakout right there. DHT. Still, I want to go to the weekly. There it is. We are still in this green uptrend parallel channel here. You can see all the interactions that we have. We have many, so this is well defined, that one there. And like a month ago or two, we broke out of this bull flag there. Yeah, as long as we're in the green one, we are still all fine. However, we are having a bit of a massive red week here, so maybe we could go all the way down here, and you can have an entry there if you believe in it. Obviously, when and if we break the green uptrend, I think that should be a major warning sign. So, what is the dividend here? 20%, 11%. Not too shabby. All right, moving over to STNK. As mentioned many times, breakout and then flagging or bullish consolidation above a major breakout is always a very good sign. That was the big level to get above, and we stayed above for a long time while we were consolidating. That's bullish. Now on the daily, want to show you. That's a breakout. That's a retest. Actually, we've had many retests here. So the level that you want to hold is roughly 54. And we want to take out that breakout high at roughly 59, excuse me. So yeah, that is really how it is. So we are still above that long-term breakout golden upper trend line of the bull flag. So that's very, very nice to see. Nothing to worry about. That here, not my cup of tea. This is just one massive rising wedge. Yes, I know we have taking out the blue minor here to the upside, and we're consolidating, but these kind of setups is not what I'm into. But I will say this show, this breakout here, and we are just sideways consolidating in this is bullish no matter how you look at it. But again, the overall wedge here to me, I don't want to get involved. That I don't know how to play these, so I just stay out. FRO has been on a tear, really big run up here, and we are still in the green uptrend right here. Beautiful. I think we will go all the way up to the highs here at roughly 25. You can see here we are breaking out of the upper channel, retesting here. So it's very important if you have in this case, you have an uptrend, sloping up like this. If and when you break to the upside and you have the retest, you really want to have that retest hold. I cannot stress that enough, because if we dip below, that's a major warning sign, and then we might not see, the $25 in this stock here. So we want to see that retest here, and then you can have one final push to 25. And then I think this move here there's no more risk reward in that move, in my view. It has run from 6 to roughly 25. That's not too shabby. All right, last two. I want to show you TGH. Again, that one is broken. Whoa. That one is broken. We're going down to here. We really want to break these highs here, but we just can't seem to do it. Again, I think we're going down to these lows over here. And there it is at roughly 27. I think you can pick this stock up at 27 and expect a bounce and have your stop, a tap below 26 maybe. But this is by any means not looking good short term. I think we need to have a few months here going down, and then we might see when and if we get down there. So Sim, nothing to say. Major downtrend. This is poop. We don't want to look at it. You don't want to be involved. However, one minor, I cannot say good thing. Just look how many red candles that we have here. At some point in time, this should make some sort of bounce here. But again, for now, not looking good. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Excuse me. Shipping looking better than 2 weeks ago or last week that we looked at it. I think there are some early looks okay here, but I think the next month or two heading into 2024, where everyone is expecting the recession to hit, I think that will give us the clues where we're going, really. Yeah, please give me a comment, subscription, all that good stuff on YouTube. You know what to do, guys. And yeah, we will see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.